Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm super excited for this video because we have a really fun topic to discuss, but also I'm going to be doing a collaboration with one of my dear friends here on YouTube, Karen Harris. If you're not subscribed to her channel already, you are definitely missing out. I love her so much. I love her content. I love how real she is. I love that she just has a true, genuine passion for makeup, even if that makes her a bad influence who makes me want to buy things. But I really appreciate her and her friendship. She has been so kind to me. She's the exact same in real life as she is on camera. She sent me these little earrings as a gift, which are definitely a little bit crazy for my personal style, but I thought that they were so cute, and I'm going to be wearing them to my family Christmas party that I'm going to in a few hours. So she's just super sweet. Like 2 weeks ago, she literally had her husband texting me explaining the difference between the two cameras that I was trying to decide between which to purchase. I just think that she's so nice, genuinely helpful, giving me advice that I wouldn't even think of, and she's so true in herself, and she's so bold and not afraid to have her own opinion. I love that she makes me look at different situations and drama and whatever it may be and have a different perspective, because she's not afraid to not just bandwagon with everyone else. I just love so many things about Karen. I feel like I just said too many things, like that was a lot of touchy-feeliness, but if you're not subscribed to her, you better be. I will have her channel linked down below and her video that she's doing exactly like this. So when we were in New York, she kept talking about different products she bought, and she's like, I bought this because I'm a clown. I bought this because I'm a clown. And she's like, I should do a video about things I bought because I'm a clown. So I ended up messaging her later on and saying, you know, I have also been a clown in my life, so do you want to make this a collab? I think it'd be super fun. So basically we're calling it makeup we bought because we're a clown, but it's pretty much kind of like a funny regrets type video. I don't even know if I've ever done a product regrets, but I have 10 different things picked out to talk to y'all about, so let's just go ahead and jump right on in. Alright, so like I said, I've got 10 different products in front of me, and there's all different types of reasons for my clownery. Some were products I didn't fully check into before I bought. Some I thought that they would work for me. They didn't. Some I knew they wouldn't work for me. I still bought them, kind of thing. So we'll just go ahead and start off with a really quick, easy regret, and this is the Colourpop Honey palette, which is so cute. I love the color scheme. I was so excited about it when they were coming out with a full when they announced that they were coming out with a full yellow monochromatic palette. I think it's adorable. I love yellow. I think it's such a fun, bright color, and it's super happy. I just think yellow is so positive. But I didn't really pay attention when I purchased this because there is a shade here called Palooza, which is a pressed glitter, and I don't like pressed glitter. I used to kind of use it every once in a while, but now I'm kind of at the point, like, I know it's not considered eye safe. I'm super, like, uptight about my eyes and being careful because I've had 2 eye surgeries. I don't know if y'all have ever noticed, but if I look over, there's a scar right here in my eye, and I'm just not about using something that is genuinely not safe for the eyes. I've heard people getting cuts and scrapes, and that freaks me out. So the fact that this is in here makes me want to never reach for this palette ever again. And luckily it was a really affordable palette, and I liked the other shades. Like this one right here called Sunburst is one of my favorite shadows from Colourpop, but I really just wish they would stop with the pressed glitters, and I also wish that I had paid more attention before I bought it. But I didn't even notice it was pressed glitter until I got it, and I put it on my eye and I was like, this is really chunky. A little too chunky. Alright, so next is a palette from BH Cosmetics, and this was their collaboration with Miss Bella, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But this is probably one of the worst collab palettes I've ever used. And honestly, starting right off the bat, I shouldn't have bought it. Like, I know, like, this is not my makeup style. I justified it because it was like, oh, there's highlighters and there's a red. But this is just not very me. I bought it during a time when I was, like, buying every single BH Cosmetics palette. And they were coming out with some really interesting ones. But I think that maybe this was, like, international. It showed up on their US website. I impulse bought it and I got it, and the color scheme is just very wah for me. But even more than that, to be fair, not my fault that I'm a clown for this one. I mean, it's a little bit of a clownery, but the shades are very lackluster, not a lot of pigmentation, and that's just not normal for BH Cosmetics. I've had a really good luck with all of their other palettes I own from them. I'm pretty sure the collaborator, Miss Bella, is German, if I'm correct, and I could not have watched her original video and understood anything that she said, but I had someone comment on my video and say that she specifically wanted the shades to be more sheer. Not my style at all, so I'm a clown. I'm a clown for buying this. I need to declutter it. Alright, so the next product that I bought because I'm a clown, I have one example in my hands, but I have a bunch that I could mention to y'all. This is the Becca times Jaclyn Hill highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop. This one doesn't have anything to do with the fact that it's Jaclyn Hill. It's about the color. I can't tell you how many times I've fallen for a highlighter coming out, everyone raving about it, me purchasing it, and then it being a bronze streak on my skin. Like, I need to get it through my thick skull that I am a ghost. And I can't wear the same highlighters as the general public. Like, it's not gonna work for me. So this is Champagne Pop, and I remember when it released, Jaclyn saying that she tested it out on her sister, who's super pale, and that it would work for so many skin tones. And I do agree that it is overall a pretty versatile highlighter. If I use it super, super lightly and with like a really fluffy little brush, like I can kind of blend it back into my cheekbones, I can make it work. But this highlighter is not fair skin friendly. It's just a little bit too dark. If you have super, super, super porcelain skin like I do, I'm actually wearing a slightly darker foundation today just because I was feeling it. And I'm wearing a turtleneck so I can get away with it. I don't know if you can tell. But basically, this is just one example because I also bought the Desi times Katie Fuego highlighter. Way too dark for me. I used it one time when I self-tanned and then I decluttered it. I bought that one Wet n Wild golden shade that everyone used to talk about. I bought that Essence highlighter, which I absolutely love. I bet I have it here. Let me see. This one, this highlighter that everyone raves about, I literally use it as a bronzer. So I'm a clown. I'm a pale clown. Alright, so next is a palette that I bought from Sample Beauty, and this is the Paradigm Shift palette. I do think that I deserve some anti-clown points just because I finally learned how to say this word. But I purchased this and I was super excited about it because it's an indie brand based out of the UK, I believe. It's a super colorful palette, and I mean, it is more of a rainbow palette, but I purchased it and then like 10 minutes later, I was creeping on their website still because they were having a good sale, and I don't know, I was just creeping and I realized that they sell mink lashes, and I wanted to kick myself so hard because I don't buy from brands that sell mink lashes. I'm not vegan, but I try to stick to cruelty-free products and just the way that minks are treated in order to make lashes when there are so many amazing synthetic lashes out there bothers me so much. So I don't buy from brands that sell them, and I had already bought the palette, so it just was like womp 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 kind of feeling. Like when I got in the mail, I was like, nah, like, okay, I guess. Like, this was definitely one of those clown purchases where I should have done more research on the brand based on my personal values, because I got it and you can see I used it maybe like twice, but it's almost completely unused. I have no desire to use it because I don't want to talk about the brand on my channel, and normally even if I'm doing my makeup off of camera, I'm testing something out for a video, I'm trying something, or I'm using my absolute favorites, either my Alma palette or my gold palette from Natasha Denona. So yeah, this was a total regret fail, and I hated it before I even got it just because it's just, if I had known, if I had done the research, I wouldn't have purchased it kind of thing. Alright, so next I have a palette that I really want to show y'all, but I cannot find it for the life of me. I searched for like 20 minutes before I started filming. I have no idea where I put it. It's not with any of my other palettes. So I'm going to leave a picture on screen. This is one of the Morphe 39 palettes. I can't even remember what letter it was, but I remember when it released for holiday, I thought it was really beautiful, but it was limited edition, so I didn't end up picking it up. And then it released and they made it permanent, and I was like, okay, it's still really beautiful. I really want it, so I purchased it. And then I literally never used it. I've swatched it a few times, but I still have not used it, and I've owned it for like probably at least a year. And I can't even find it. I don't even know where it is. So I feel like, I mean, what's more clown than buying something and never using it and losing it? I have no idea. And I bet the quality is good. Like, I like a lot of the Morphe palettes. I like the other 39 ones that I have, but I have no idea where it is. I think it's so pretty, but I never got around to using it. I feel like that was one of my signs that I need to slow down on makeup purchasing, because if you're not using what you're buying, makes you a clown. Alright, so speaking of more things that I bought and didn't use, next I have the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette, and this is such a cute palette. I've swatched it. I really like the color scheme. I think it's such a pretty kind of... That's the brush. That's the brush with the wrapper still on it. I'm so embarrassed. It's such a pretty pinky color scheme. I really like the idea of it, and I kept meaning to use it, and I was like, I'm going to use it in a video. I'm going to use it in a video eventually kind of thing. And to be fair, I did get this like super discounted. I used Ulta points, and then they had, I think I paid 27 cents for it, and they had like a deal where if you bought this palette, you would get an extra like 250 points back, which is like another $8 off a future purchase. So I paid almost nothing for this, but still, I still haven't used it. Alright, so next I have the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill Vault, and this was a clown purchase because when it first launched and PR went out, I was so excited about these 4 palettes. I thought that they were stunning, and then there was problems. They recalled them. There was all these issues, and I still bought it when it launched. Clown. And I never really reached for them. I felt like there was so much negativity around this whole launch that I was kind of like, what's the point? I don't even want to use them kind of thing. But it's like, the point is that I spent money on it. Clown, 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 clown. So I forced myself to use one of the palettes. Actually, I've used, what are you? I don't even remember. I've used Dark Magic enough to test it out for my green palettes. And it's just that the quality is not as good as the original Morphe x Jaclyn Hill palette, which is a shame because that one's so good. I do like this one. I think it's called Bling Boss. It's pretty. I like some of the metallics, but again, it's just not the best formula. And then there is the... what are you? This is Ring the Alarm. I think I might have used this one time. And then Armed and Gorgeous. I honestly don't think I've ever use this palette. Try not to roast me too hard, okay? Alright, so next I have the Makeup Revolution times the Emily Noel Emily Edit the Needs palette, which looks like this. So I love Emily Noel 83. I've watched her for years on YouTube, and when she announced that she was coming out with a palette, I didn't even watch the video. I just went to Ulta, I bought both of them, and then I went back and watched the video because I was so excited about her having a collaboration. But I've learned since that time that I need to calm down and be more conscientious about what I buy, and I don't just have to buy something because someone I like made it. I can just buy one thing, I can watch a video, I can comment. There's so many ways you can support rather than buying everything that someone comes out with. And I bought the the Once palette. I bought the Once palette, and I really like that. I like the color scheme. I think it's inspiring, it's pretty, it's an affordable palette. It's very user friendly. But I just don't understand why I bought this palette. I mean, the face products are okay, but the eyeshadows just do not align with my personal style. So I think I used this again one time, and this is one of those times I bought something knowing it wasn't my style because I wanted to support someone, and I should have just got the Once and not the Needs. The Needs was not my needs, so clown. So my next thing is definitely an example. If it's on sale and you wouldn't buy it if it wasn't on sale, you shouldn't buy it just because it is on sale. This is the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, which looks like this. I have a friend who works at Ulta, and they had like an event where they did 50% off all of Anastasia Beverly Hills, and she asked me to send her a list, and I PayPal'd her, and I got everything 50% off, which is awesome. Yay, 50% off Anastasia Beverly Hills, like that's great. And I really like a lot of the other things that I got, like especially like the Norvina palette. I've used that a ton, but I got the Soft Glam just because I thought it was really pretty. And I've used it a few times. I do think it's pretty, but it's just not my personal style. It's a waste to have, and it's something I rarely ever use. I was super excited to have the shade Orange Soda because I feel like back in the day, everyone used to talk about that shadow. I think it might have been in one of the original Anastasia palettes, maybe even like the Lavish palette, if anyone remembers that. And then I don't know, everything else here I don't super love. I've had problems like with the shade Mulberry getting a little bit patchy on me. And it's a pretty palette. Maybe I should pass it on to someone who really likes neutrals because they'll get a lot more use out of it than I do. But I I shouldn't have bought it. Even if it was 50% off, I should not have got it because I just don't use it kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, every once in a while I'm drawn to do a neutral look, but I'm never drawn to this neutral look. All right, last but not least, I'm really so curious if any of y'all can guess this final piece of clownery, the most clown thing I've ever purchased. I just believe the good in people, you guys. I do. I still have theories about what happens in the life of Jaclyn Hill. But this is definitely my final makeup I bought because I'm a clown. I can't believe I actually just caught it. Reflexes. Weird flex, but okay. So I bought these because I know that there's been so many problems with Jaclyn Hill collabs and issues and things that were undisclosed, whatever, but I genuinely thought she was a good person and she seemed so excited about her lipsticks. I love the idea of a full nude collection. I love nude lipsticks. I loved the way that these looked on the lips. It makes me sad not to use them, but I low-key feel like if I do use them, I'm gonna die. Unfortunately, I used these whenever they first released before all of the like hair and the weird pictures and the texture and everything came out. And even like just having them in my videos, like because I pre-filmed, I had people say that they were going to unsubscribe because I was using Jaclyn Hill lipsticks. I'm like, this was pre-filmed. I'm so sorry. Like, hold your horses. But it was just, I don't know, everything about this launch was a mess and I feel like a clown for buying it in the first place. And it makes me really hesitant to ever buy anything from Jaclyn Hill again, just because, you know, you're spending your money on something, you want it to be good, and then there's hairs, there's texture, there's bubbles, and I didn't really have a super huge problem. I had a few that looked kind of funny after a bit, but my main thing was that they smelled super old, like old vanilla, and yeah, just not good. Every time I look at these on my shelf, because I can't get rid of them, I don't know why, I feel like they're a piece of makeup history, I get a little bit annoyed. Especially because I loved the colors so much. I think maybe the shade Nude AF was so good, and Amazeballs. They make me an angry clown. Alright, so those are all of the products I had to talk about today. I would love to know if you have ever bought anything that made you feel like a clown. I am happy to report that almost all of those purchases are older, and I've gotten so much better this past year at thinking through what I purchased, and I've had like minimal regrets, which is great. So please don't forget to run on over to Karen's channel, check her out, and subscribe. I really hope you'll enjoy her content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.